requested like which day maybe graduation would be? Like the main one that you were talking about?
Yeah, good question. What does it say on the website? Does it say anything?
There were a bunch of days.
So we're usually the last day. Typically, education is the last of the 3 days. Anybody know what that is?
No.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to work.
So the 23rd. That's a Monday. Saturday to Monday. We're typically on the Monday?
No, we're not typically on a Monday. That's never happened before. But if those are the 3 days they're giving us, that probably is it. Now, so last year what happened, this was the first time this ever happened, we did our hooding on Friday, and the graduation was Saturday, which was weird, and most people didn't come back for the graduation. I didn't. I assume most people didn't. I don't know who did. No, parking's free for graduation, but anyway. Yeah, but then they go through all this craziness about needing tickets, and so you got to get tickets, and then people want more tickets, and and then in the end they don't even collect the tickets. Because we spent like 1 million emails trying to figure out who needs tickets and what, and then they didn't. Thank you so much. But anyway.
Second and 23rd. So
Such choices. Cool. All right. Well, let's get started. It is a good time for that. Okay. So we have another dud.
Yep.
Oh man. I'll have to wave my magic wand on it.
Ooh, looking good.
Cool. Okay, so we have 2 things we want to do today. Both of them are continuations of last week. We want to continue working on our Scratch activity, and we want to actually take a look at each other's stuff, and so we can give some feedback and ideas about things that we could do. And the other thing is the frameworks, and I saw that a lot of people have been working on the frameworks over the week, and so we can look at some of that stuff, and talk about what those are saying and what that means for what we're going to be teaching in the future. So we want to work on both those things. So let's start. All right, this is not really going to make a lot of sense, but let's do it anyway. Let's start with Scratch, and then we'll go to frameworks, and then we'll end with Scratch as well. So like for the starting part, what I want to do is just have everybody, first of all, essentially get into your Scratch, right? Go back to scratch.mit.edu and log in and see your thing, and make sure you share it, and then post a link to it on the discussion board, right? And that'll give people a chance to take a look at it and make suggestions for what you can do with it, right? And suggestions may not be the thing you want because you're trying to figure out how to do the thing that you want to do, but hopefully that can also be useful too. So I posted this, it basically just says suggestions for Scratch simulations. And so we'll post our links on there so we can see what each other are doing with that. And just write a couple of sentences about what the simulation is supposed to be. Like, what's your plan? Right? And they're not done yet, right? So we're gonna work on them at the end of class today. So we can work on that. Well, does that make sense? All right, so the first step is to get into your Scratch, do the sharing, and then copy their URL and then paste it into that discussion board.
Are we supposed to do individual one, or that since some of us can work with a partner?
Yeah, people were doing partner. So does your partner have the link? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll log into Scratch and see if there's something there.
I'm looking at it. I'm where I wasn't playing.
what you did. Look at it.
Yeah, I did. I remember this. Remember we have those, the ones I did?
No.
Right, I have to hide.
So you're hiding them, and then they're gonna click on them, and every time they click on one, it's gonna add one, right? So if you click on calcium on that,
Oh, so click on it and duplicate this, not this.
it'll add a calcium.
But why did I need the extra? Why did I need the extra calcium? Why did I need that one?
Well, one is the word calcium, and the other one's gonna be just the. That makes sense.
Okay.
I still can't find Gina's thing. I looked under Gina, and I looked under fracking explosion. We did a fracking explosion, basically.
Right.
So there I'm signed in. I search, and I find I find fracking.
She may not have shared it yet.
She said she did, because I looked her up. She emailed me twice. It's very trusting.
She'll get it. Not big. No, it's not in your account? Okay. Get that. Sure, yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff here, and I'll help you get caught up in just a second. Alright, so in here is, I'm gonna click on one of these arrows. So what's the difference between this and this?
I'm trying to make these say the things underneath, and I'm having a really hard time doing it.
Okay.
So like this is a sprite as well, I think, is unless there's a way to just add text.
No.
I think I could do
Right,
it.
so this may be good.
Okay, so then I'm still making, so this will say 4, 6, and 8.
I mean, you can put text in the background.
Yeah, so it's gonna say 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay, so this one is gonna be that. Alright, so then if you click on this. Sure, that's.
That's all things here.
Alright, so when you click on that, you need to put 2 N in the left. Just record the table. Right, so we need to just make it very data. So make a variable for cat, of course.
Yeah, use it.
It's not emailing the right thing.
It's not, I didn't even look this one.
It'll be like.
I'm in my account.
Okay.
But-
I thought that would be appropriate.
So essentially what we need to do is
Maybe it's correct.
that's very what we say, is that
I mean, it is. I mean,
Sorry, we didn't get we didn't get the chart on this.
man.
Yes.
Oh, you got it.
No, I didn't.
I
just started
making commands.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah, let's do that somewhere.
You want to share?
No, not yet. So it's only for this work.
It is one of those, right? When you use the new drive a bunch of commands. So dispatch. Put the hours of this with boxes. So like.
Alright, so you wanna do the first and more for all of the.
I can get like most of it.
And you can actually just grab this, pop it in, and get another, right?
So I mean, I can get it.
I know how it works.
Oh, yeah.
But you can go one.
So what is
You can just like have, is there a way to animate the arrows and then upload or just entire account?
When we start the movie.
Bigger doors?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So this is something that says-
That's all I have.
Yeah, because you're doing the movies down.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes long. Yeah, using arrows, it would help so much more than just from scratch.
Is
Yeah.
there's a, like a spray?
Did you, like, someone said, like, oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Like,
I see.
It's like, oh, it makes it like, so like,
I mean,
yeah, you have to.
there's not, we can upload one.
Select.
all, word, character,
Yeah, it's just-
whatever it is, it's right right here, just have.
Yeah, there are two arrows.
Arrow 1, arrow 2, right?
What are you doing? You're-
Well, what he has, he has like a wall, one ball, that's from orange. Okay.
That's why I figured.
And an orange going.
Piece of food going through.
Well, my other animation, it actually had a muffin up there, but it wasn't.
Oh.
So it actually showed like muffin and then that, and then it turns into that, and then.
I like that picture. Just like the main one, I like that one better than our main one.
It's, I think it's shared.
Yeah, I sure
It
did,
is.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I should be able to find something called fracking.
Yes, that is a very good.
Oh, yeah, you know.
But
So I may have
look
missed
at a couple of things.
I should be able to look there.
You didn't share.
My project. Discuss. So I did it.
I can't help
So what you do is you drag it over here. Where you're, right, so this is for the gap. And if you don't saturate it, or if you put an event, you would use an event. That's basically.
Fracking explosion. I mean,
It's not a lot
So
of that.
here-
There is stuff, stuff is very.
Talk to us. So,
All right.
if it's shared,
Ice.
is it shared with everybody, the whole group, right?
Yes,
If I unshare it,
but it's not shared.
then I go back to, oh, sure.
But yeah, so now everything presses space bar is.
Yeah, all the pictures that I see.
Share.
On our drive?
Now,
Yo.
are you in trash at all?
Yeah.
Can
Is
you,
it with the other community?
can you search for fracking in our goal?
I sure can.
Yeah, so our goal was to make some kind of simulation. We had this assignment where we were looking at simulations on.
That's the thing, I mean, if you share it, and it's called fracking explosion. Everyone should be able to find it, right?
There's a bunch of examples. Yeah, and the other thing we can do, we don't have to make them from scratch, but we can actually borrow them.
What the heck?
Yeah, there's a lot of scratch.
Help, Dr. Foley.
Are you doing Bob's?
Oh, no, I'm building a set of, you know,
Excellent, yes.
Um,
Did you find it?
Yeah, we found it, but now it won't share, like it won't go out to the sharing.
So it says share.
It says share, we just shared it, but you try to look for it, it's not there.
Oh, yes.
I would go this tomorrow.
Email that URL to each other.
I'm gonna email this URL myself.
Okay, so for those of you who came in late, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make a post of your Scratch simulation in whatever state it is right now. We know that they're not anywhere close to being done. We're just going to post them here under suggestions for Scratch. So add a couple of sentences. All right, Carrie's on top of it with the digestion. So she's got
Oh, yeah, okay.
here.
When you
Oh, but wait,
Oh,
there's
no.
no URL in here. We need a URL. Oh, there it is. It just didn't look like one. Okay, very cool.
I did it.
Digestion.
All my digestion B and all my.
Excellent. And so then once we get a bunch of these posted, then we can take a look. So if yours is less done than say Carrie's, put a more of a description of what it will do once it is done, right?
Where are we going?
So this is right on today's lesson on the Moodle site where it says suggestions for Scratch simulations. That one right there.
We have to have the email sent first.
Yes, you need to click that link in your email. I should have sent you an email and
When I
link in
went
it.
to share it,
Uh-huh.
it sent me an email, which I did,
Good night.
right? And from there, do I have to do that every time?
Oh, so,
And it's like,
no,
click
you
that.
should only have to do
I
it.
just have to try to hold my.
Okay.
So I just have to wait for that to show up. And
here it is.
then-
Okay, so it's scratch right off.
Theory.
That's still signed in. There it is.
Cool. All right. Anyone has questions, issues, let me know. A couple minutes, then we want to take a look at what each other have. We can make suggestions.
I see you get to your face.
My face has my face and my legs.
Well, it goes up into the water.
Who else was not here last week? Anybody else who's not here last week?
Okay, there's new trees there. What about this? These trees.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's about you.
I feel bad because it's just not. Okay, so I did that now for all of them, so they all have left or right. And well, yeah. Hey, Teresa. So yes.
Which rooms can slide out?
Missed you last week.
Well, I was down bites with a sandwich. Yeah. I didn't see that.
And then I go.
Yeah. And then I haven't even presented my second descriptive thing.
That's okay.
Inventory studies and evaluation of the cafeteria stations. Our school, you go in, you look at the food,
That's part of
and
it.
you walk out and say,
So now I do that and.
You work at the same school, you get your coffee.
down the across. And we use, now we don't have a school, the cafeteria manager anymore, so even getting food is really hard.
For students or for
Workshops.
Oh, I don't have anything done
yet. Like,
Literally, nothing.
there's a picture though.
There's a picture in there, there's no code in there. That's why I said, if you have less than what I have done, you haven't done it. It's worth it. So don't look at mine and say like, oh, what should this student do?
That's exactly what I was, that's
I know
exactly.
they're-
Yeah, you're not.
I did that way once. No, I went twice. Haven't done yet this year.
So this
I know Andress and the started.
So,
It's-
do I decide that?
We were the same building. I mean, I don't want to work with you guys, because I went to.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I did it, all it is click on S, is for
I can
sign
feel
gases
it.
and actually go to
But
the
to it, so when it's two, then they should come here, switch to.
Okay.
And the good news is,
So the first thing is that. Don't teach that. I was going the other way.
so anyways.
I think that's when the other one.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So that just means.
This is what I don't get, I mean,
But I was thinking, it's not going public, you can fall downtown.
another network.
I checked with their says not gonna lie, they.
Yeah, so
that's
like
why
here, all that.
I'll keep it out the way.
Hydro boating.
What were you doing?
I can show you.
Hi. So, I don't know.
Yeah, just use together.
Right.
And it's tired, you guys okay with how long you're. On your own.
I'm gonna think on some eyes.
So it's like, we find everything else, it's like, well.
Oh, no, the water.
Yeah, that's. So we're choosing it.
Right, so here we have
Right, like, don't even need a hand, like,
plus.
Okay.
I mean, I have to do something.
I give it up,
But then, so now it's like, I get it, we're going for the outside.
I was able to delete.
So,
This
this is like the little factor of chemistry.
The only thing that I don't like about it is that all of those little sprites, whatever they call them, they're so,
So if you look at this, these are.
They're so-
Carbon and nitrogen.
they're so lame, they're so elementary.
You can draw your own.
Yeah, but I'm not good. I'm terrible at
Go
drawing.
see, you can, find pictures on the internet.
Yeah.
And
Well, I use 3 balls and 2
yeah, I
buttons,
use like.
and I made them as molecules, and I took them in 3 beakers. It's real simple.
So much food is like.
And I use that little guy.
So right now, that's what I have. That's pretty much what I have. Some of this stuff, it's like.
Exists, but then you're not gonna get really well done. That's the good news,
No,
right?
that's why.
I guess the one this
They need to because they.
Maybe that's the center of the body, so that we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can, I think that's what you're.
Some of them, yes.
So you can see what it is.
It's just.
Yeah. I got mine.
Yeah.
We got this. Then go to the middle, and then it's got
So like.
go one for
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Do this, do that.
Yeah, basically, you know, next to my.
What is she doing?
Yeah, but you want to do it.
Alright,
So that's
do we
all.
have our scratches posted, the protein
Yeah.
system?
I don't think like moving steps and then. Yeah. And
Well,
what I
that's
do.
It's a possibility.
He doesn't talk about
Now, it doesn't talk. Put the pen down.
Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what don't we that really
Yeah,
have?
so the idea with the pen, it's like you're walking and you're holding the pen.
Yeah, you have to see what.
Simple as good.
So maybe we can move that all the way first.
I use gold.
Yeah.
Did anybody do their field trip this year?
Is there a way to add a sprite that's not a?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's.
you can do anything you want. All you have to do is upload the picture.
We have the pictures. I did. I don't know on my stage. I don't know if they're now. Pictures.
I was looking
at my. My husband just.
So hospitals need to really set as it progresses, and they're like, spread one spread.
Yeah, you can have the one sprite checking. About like the value of the sprite or
For the presentation.
I mean,
Is it still the second, or is it starting in the third?
Some people start.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna interrupt you. All your scratching, right? And I want us to focus on taking a look at not that one.
Yes.
Is this a link?
No, not.
Well, just get whatever it is. We're all of ours are not done yet. That was the whole point. Let's take a few minutes and put a couple comments on other people's, and specifically, let's just use Catherine's as an example here.
Okay. What?
All right.
It's okay.
All right. So temperature and speed up. And does it do anything yet?
Yeah, click it on. Oh, you have to push spacebar.
Spacebar. All right.
So as the
Cool.
temperature goes up, the balls move faster.
So they're moving faster. Cool.
They just keep moving faster.
Excellent. All right.
So they-
So you can see what's happening here. The balls are going to move faster as the temperature is increasing. What are some suggestions that we could give for this? We'll do this one out loud, and the rest of them you can put
You
comments
can
on.
use Gogo as a flame.
You could create a flame, some
Yeah, you can
indication of the heating,
Yeah.
right? Some visualization
Oh,
of that.
would be cool.
Yeah, I use Gogo as a flame in mine.
What's that? What's
Gobo is the
Gobo's a
character.
little character, he looks like a flame.
You can also get an actual flame.
Yeah.
If you have if you go to Google Images and find a picture of a flame, you can then upload it and use that. You're not limited to the characters on there. Yes. Dennis, did you have a different comment?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you can add more balls to show the.
More balls?
molecule-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You could have a lot of balls. Any other suggestions? What else would you want to do for this? What would you want to see? Yeah.
Tag the balls with their atomic symbols.
Okay. So you could label them as some kind of molecule.
Yeah, that would be interesting to try and create like a water molecule that would bounce in different shapes, just to show that it could rotate in space as well. Because a lot of times gases are modeled as just spheres,
Right.
but there are also gases that are not spheres.
Yeah. Could you get an actual molecule here?
But then I could draw one.
No, I don't want to draw them, right? So,
You get a picture of it all, and put it in yours.
Really good angles and everything. Oh,
so if you go to Google Images and you find a picture like this, how do you get a picture like this into your Scratch? Look, I found this really cool molecule.
Download.
You
just
upload it and then you.
You can't just drag, unfortunately, no.
You download it.
I don't think, can you?
Well, but that's how you get it.
All right. Oh,
I did online.
you need to get this onto your desktop.
Yeah.
So first of all, you can just right click on it and say save image as. All right, this is caffeine, something like that. And pretty much it doesn't matter what format it is. Any old format will do. Let's see if I go in here to create. Then all I have to do when I get to Scratch is you see this this little symbol right here? That's the upload symbol. That allows you to create a new sprite with any image that you've got from anywhere, as long as it's on your computer. It won't let you go directly from a website to Scratch. You got to download it to your computer first and then upload it to Scratch. But any picture you can do is fine. And so you can get your pictures in that way. All right, so how can we make this more of a simulation? Right now it's kind of you just watch it, right?
I think you could add maybe beakers to it, possibly.
Okay, what's the difference between a movie and a simulation?
Simulation, you can manipulate.
Yeah, you can manipulate.
You can manipulate it. What could we manipulate in here that would
If you press a certain-
I tried that. Well, you don't have to
If you
do
press
it.
a certain key, maybe at a certain
I
temperature
tried
or
to
something.
bar things and I couldn't get it to start at a higher speed. I didn't know how to do that.
So one of the things we looked at last week was how you can turn this temperature into a slider,
Right.
and then you could slide it, and so you could slow it down and speed it up and do both. Would that work on your simulation?
I don't know. I'd have to clarify.
Yeah, I think it would. You can set the ends of your slider. So if you want the slider to start at 20 and go to 100, you can set it like that. You can set whatever min max you want for your slider. You can have it go from -10 to +10, whatever you want. All you have to do, I think you have to double click on the slider when you're in the edit mode, and then you can make those changes on there. So, but that would turn it into more of a simulation, and then you could actually start playing around with it a little bit. Cool. So these are the kind of suggestions that we want to do. So don't play with your own thing. Turn your own off. Look at other people's. Yeah, you're all looking at your own thing. I know you are. All right? Turn yours off. Take a look at other people's stuff and add some comments so that they can get some feedback. And we will come back to our sketches at the end of class today after we get some comments on this, after we've talked about the frameworks.
But we're gonna have a lot of problems.
We will.
Yeah, I needed them to build this up.
All right. So how many comments should you put on other people's thing? How about 2? Can everybody do 2 comments right now on other people's projects? Right? And don't put them all on Catherine's.
Are there more?
Yeah.
Is there any way to create a link in your website? This is like, yeah, how do you posting it? It's just posted, like highlight it.
Oh,
Yeah, you just had it.
Yeah,
I
didn't share. Okay.
That one is not part of it.
Save them. So how would you do it? Go back to mine, just to generate the link.
Yeah.
That goes in
Oh,
the,
right.
okay.
Jennifer, it's not shared. At the top of your thing, it'll say share.
Are you sure?
And this is just gonna.
I do.
If you want to make a new tab, flip the Hey, put that up.
No, we're trying to figure out how to share it.
Oh, okay. Button up here says share, and then it'll have, it says sharing, it'll send you a message. Yeah. If you have any, the first thing in order to post yours is you need to share it, and it wants you to click on that link it sends you in your email.
This is way 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's what it says, this is way 10 minutes.
Slow.
Gotta share yours.
All right.
This should be automated.
Yeah, you would think. Jen, did it ever
You guys
come
gotta
through?
do that.
It did eventually.
I thought it was a new one, but it was the email that was sent last time. But I didn't realize.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay. But did it send a new one?
No. It didn't.
That's
So it was just from the previous one.
Yeah. That's not ideal.
I know, and then they're like, just kidding.
Okay.
Not done. No, like, not done.
You got it?
Like, I just hit the share button and I'll show you check email.
Oh, Allison, yours is not shared yet.
Okay. Take a little time.
Yes.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay, so.
10 minutes.
Well, it says that, I saw that.
I just copied the link.
Go back to the top.
Okay, we go through this
Yeah,
one
me too.
already.
I'm right.
Yours? Go do your project.
Cool.
All right.
And probably it's nice if you're working on it with somebody else that they can, you give them credit. Ooh, I like this fracking graphic.
Chris,
That
wow,
little ball
I
supposed
put
to-
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's it supposed to do?
The little ball's supposed to start out tiny and go down the bottom, and then blue.
Oh, is that the spark or something?
Yeah.
That's a big spark.
Well, it goes down and explodes, and that's what fractures the rock bed.
Gotcha.
I was thinking, oh, our little work together.
Yeah.
Sherry, did you do 2 or change mine? I changed mine.
Ah, okay.
Just rotate the round very safe.
Nice.
It doesn't.
Alright.
It just says,
Yeah.
it works on new browsers.
Okay, I didn't know, I couldn't. I couldn't edit yours. You go IT project?
Yeah, that's where the share button. It's
Last
like-
stop the record.
They're, yeah, it's really big. Oh, that is.
That big red dot. He's like, I don't know what he's trying to do. On our screen, it's like small and he goes all the way down and so it's like low and like wide across the back.
Oh, yeah.
You can turn it off big and that.
We're getting that on ours, we just didn't know it. Is there any way you can get to the projects besides going on your own?
Oh, you could like search for them, but the searching tech method doesn't seem to work very well.
Because on mine, it keeps saying that it doesn't have the right browser for Scratch or something.
Oh yeah, what's it saying?
Is it a flash issue?
Yeah. Let's create. So I uploaded my project already to that cease and.
What else?
I think we need
What
to
else?
say, but you wanna do it. Let's
Well,
try
I think
someone else.
you're,
Let's try someone else.
might be a link for your
Doesn't.
thing.
Excellent.
Oh, you're gonna late.
I know, yeah, you want the gray and white.
Yeah, isn't it there?
Yeah, it's not there, it's just, you have to highlight it.
Nice.
Here you go.
Yeah, you see the, oh, make it a hyperlink.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Look, temperature slider. I like it.
We're commenting on the forum thing.
It doesn't work yet.
No.
So you guys.
Still is.
Is yours not sure?
If there's nothing.
No, it's not. Well, I clicked the share button, it's like, wait.
The first time it seemed to, but now it doesn't reset.
Anybody else figure out?
Oh, okay.
Mine's doing it wrong.
No, like, but some of the Ds are Bs
Oh.
sometimes.
it's a wait.
Let's check like everything.
Now they're all, I mean,
What is D?
Delta, it,
Oh.
Delta is part
I
of
think
it.
I'm ball.
I just.
Oh, okay. Alt J. You know, there's a band, they're Alt J. Apparently, they got their name because that's what you type to type a Delta,
It's on this.
and Delta was already taken, so now they're called Alt J.
I'm
I just
seeing
found
that
that.
next Thursday.
I'm gonna be there too.
Are you?
Yeah. Did you know that about their name?
No, I didn't, that's why I'm.
That was on the Wikipedia site.
Okay, so I can be out, okay, so.
Thanks, Mark. I love your comment. You like it? Stasis is a really good signature.
Alright.
Animations. National animation is,
Oh, that's a cool graphic. Look at that.
Oh.
Does it do anything yet?
Now I'm in mine.
Alright, cool.
Now,
Nice.
Now mine is states and narrows. Okay, so now I'm on my side. It is, it's already shared.
So,
And I uploaded it to the cease and studio. So now what do I do?
oh, it's on. You put it on the studio.
Yeah, I put it on the studio.
That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
My name's Hyena Honey.
Hyena honey. Excellent. We're all gonna put ours there eventually.
Yeah, so I put mine on the studio because I follow the directions on there. And
Excellent.
it's-
Nice.
Oh, we can share.
That's cool.
You're not sharing.
It's coming. It's coming.
So is it still not working?
Yours?
Cool.
Sorry.
Nice.
So now that
I have to do it because
is this,
So how do we get to the other part?
Really? Oh, I see.
See.
You have to go to EduTech, which is this website.
Actually, no.
So we put this closer to you.
I'm serious. I'm just.
So we go back to your next
See.
website. 'Cause I'm sure it was
I know, but-
yes.
Just open this.
But it's not fair, mine's hard. That's because you're used to it, so.
You have that.
No. I just share that like when I was in.
Alright.
Share.
Right, I just don't do
Where
Yeah,
did
we
it-
did. You guys draw that line. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
See? Look at this. There we go.
Just upload an image, just upload what it says background.
Yeah, and then we added like characters.
And actually, the scale cannot hurt.
Oh,
Like,
Is the horse on its head? Is that a horse?
it's a head horse, it's a different kind of.
alright. Does anybody need to put a vector in theirs? So, so this is a program that will draw a vector and components, and you can just steal it. So it has 3 sprites. It has the main vector and 2 other vectors, and if you just steal them and use the same variable names, then you can use them in your things. Here, let me put this, let me post this to the website here. Here, I'll put this on the suggestions.
I already did that. Oh.
Not interview now.
Because I was wondering about that, that's my interview.
There's another one that had force vectors. I'm trying to find it.
Allison, were you waiting for an email too?
Yeah, I got it. And then when it comes to like change it.
Yeah, ours finally came.
It did?
Well, I wanted to comment on other people's.
Yeah,
Let
Oh,
me
it's
scratch.
email.
So we just go to Let me scratch.
Did it go? Did it move?
Okay.
Yeah, they move. You bet.
Do it again.
Because mine, I'll probably have to close it.
It stops. You know what, you have to reset it, so in the, you put a script in that says go to X, Y at the beginning.
Okay, why is this not making? Why is this?
It doesn't love us.
Is there any way to like, you know, you just feel like a Google Doc or something like that, and highlight it? Is there a way to do that with Scratch?
Yes.
Probably. Say, what do you want to do again?
Take someone else's work and keep credit for it?
Yes.
Hold on.
In your blue
Yes.
scripts,
Go to X, Y. And so, remix it. This is right.
Oh, it's
This Y, this Y, that. So you basically just move your mouse.
Here it is.
There. Search something that you want there. So you tell this kitty to do that, and then this kitty to do that. You have to write it either.
But where's my?
You got to figure out which sprite it's in.
so you have like your,
All right.
So if we have a cat for 0, then
All right.
say.
I'm posting this link on the discussion board.
Okay, so now let's. Where's the right cap? Where's the J?
All right, if you want the vector or anything like that, I posted it under links to useful scratches. And again, you can just go in and steal things.
Just a script that is only different.
Let me make sure I'm on silent. That's from my space. Okay, cool.
Now it's on this right.
How does this one work?
No, because that's this right, that's not right.
Because your button's also.
This isn't it.
Now I'm gonna go to the cat.
So it seemed like you get the cat's reset.
How do you move it?
So first, it actually needs to say, it needs to say,
Go to.
D
Because that's it.
A.
Resets the whole game.
There it is.
Where's the go?
I think it's go to the start. On the other side.
All right. Cool. Okay, did everybody get a chance to look at some of the others? Okay,
That's just to start it off.
all right. Well, let us pause on our scratch time so that we can make sure we have some time to talk about the frameworks and do that first. Okay, so make sure you save the part that you're working on,
That's your scratches.
and we'll demo some more scratch tricks in a little bit. Okay, so that's still going. Cool.
What if you move the?
Okay, so we're gonna turn off scratch in 1, 3, 2. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, right. Wait,
Okay, so.
does it auto save?
Yes, everything saves on there. It doesn't auto save as fast as Google does. So if you're messing around with it, and let's say you move something around, you should see this saved button right up there. If it doesn't, you go to file and say save now, but it should save every few seconds. So it should be auto saved, essentially. All right. Well, the scratch is very exciting, and I'm glad that you all are focused on that, and that's great. But we don't want to get too much into that because we could spend the entire semester on it, which would be fun, but we've got other stuff we need to do too. And the other exciting thing that we're doing is the frameworks, right? So how many people got to look at the frameworks this week? Excellent, excellent. I thought it was really interesting. This is really sort of the first time I looked at it in great detail. And so I thought that was something else. Does everybody remember how you can get the frameworks if you didn't get them last week? If you look up on last week's thing, there's this draft frameworks, and you can download the entire thing, and it looks like, comes in a folder that says frameworks from August, and you can see elementary school, high school, and middle school options here. All right, and we were looking specifically at the middle school preferred integrated model, although I'm hearing more and more schools are saying no, we think we're not gonna do this, which is gonna create chaos.
Just to peer pressure everyone into doing it.
Because they were afraid to say required.
The school such a disaster. We have a K-6 and then a 7-12.
Yeah,
And so my 7th graders came in this year and we were working on a project. I'm like, oh, we did this last year. And I'm like, how the hell did they do this last year? I got my hands on their textbook because they switched to integrated.
And
Oh, they
didn't.
switched and didn't tell you. How
Well, because
cool.
they're brand new schools, so they were like, well, why would we buy a textbook that's not integrated and then switch later? So they just went ahead and did it. And so they're integrated and we're not. And so we're like,
Oh,
it's a mess.
yes, yes. And that will happen more and more in the next couple of years, right? There's always 4 or 5 years of transition and craziness. I mean, the math people are still going through this, right? Half the schools have switched their math curriculum, and
They're struggling, ours is kind of struggling.
And others have not. And schools are holding out, saying we're going to teach it the old way. And I don't know. Did the fact that the test came out last year, did that change anybody? Let's see. Or the test score? Anyway, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting, right? Most of that stuff is out of our control for the most part, but we'll do what we can with it. So what I was thinking, so what we did last week is we created a Google Doc. That was this framework summary guide. Is that the same one? Oh yeah, there we are. All right. And from what I could see this morning, it looked like we've got basically 3 grades or three classes kind of figured out. So the 7th grade is mostly outlined, right? And the 8th grade is outlined, and the biology class for high school. Looks like it has mostly there. So and I know people are working on the other ones, and that's great. But why don't we focus on those 3 for now? Right. So let's break up into 3 groups. So either looking at 7th grade, 8th grade, or high school biology. Right. And then what we want to do is we want to sort of get into the frameworks and look at the different units and how they're fitting together. And see if we can come up with some advice for what somebody, so if a 7th grade teacher comes to you and says, what do I need to teach? Now that we have the frameworks in our hands, we should be able to say something about, okay, what's going to be the plan for the semester, plan for the year.
No, because we don't know if it's integrated or.
Well, we're just assuming we're going to do these courses. All right, so if you're doing integrated 7th, what does that mean? Right, so what does integrated 7th mean? All right, so who wants to work on the 7th grade? And that should include the people that did those units, right? 2 people? We're only going to have 3 groups, people. All right, who wants 8th grade? Who's in our 8th grade group? If you're
Oh, I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade, good. And so everybody else is going to do high school biology?
Yeah.
That's too many people in the high school biology.
Yeah.
Some of you.
Okay,
some
I'll
of you.
do 8th grade.
All right. Cool. All right. So what we want to do is we want to take a look, and we've got the units now all broken out, right? So we need to figure out, okay, so what does this mean? So what is high school biology gonna be now? We've got these how many units are there?
6.
Mm-hmm. Could we make out a calendar? Do you think we could calendar up the year for each of these? Well, it's just a draft, right? No one's holding us to it. All right, so let's try to do that. Let's try to make up a calendar for what we're going to teach at different times of the year, and what are we going to need for that? Okay. All right. So where's so let's say 7th grade is over here. 7th grade people move over here. 8th grade, we're sort of in the back. Well, okay. Why don't we say 8th grade over here, and we'll put the high school people in the middle. That's kind of a big group. Might be good to do it that way. All right. And this will make you turn off your Scratch.
I can go back to 7th.
I can see them in the reflections on your glasses. All right. All right. So if we are
I don't want to be.
Did you get a new car?
I did.
Did you get a Tesla?
I did not get a Tesla unless I get a big raise.
Are you trying to give us like, you go week by week?
Oh, that's probably too much. Right, let's get the big picture. How much time is gonna be on unit 1?
I would probably say 3 days.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, I actually did 7.
Is that all you can do?
Sold.
Oh, I'm sure.
Semester.
The first semester, maybe August, 6 weeks in August. Yeah. Okay, then we can do, we can start the second unit in October. I'm switching to lead.
I would say at least 3 weeks. Let's say 4 weeks.
Divided by September, October, December.
So
The,
Well, towards the sign of last units.
Is there any equal amount?
Well, we're not talking about this.
There's a lot. Did you download No, that's the framework summary. The framework is something like 19,000 pages. Last week. Yeah. So you're looking for, which grade are you? 8th grade?
yeah.
So that's 8th grade. So the 8th grade,
That's 74 megabytes.
what's that?
74 megabytes.
Yeah, it's 46 pages for 8th grade. So you were wondering about units 4 and 5?
Christmas break. And then go, so go 1 and 5 together. And then go 2, 3, 4.
All right, unit 4 is on page 32.
Okay, so it's graph calc, we download a graph calc.
Well, you look at the same section. So if we go 1 and 5, think about like, so 1 is.
So I think that traditionally,
If you go to unit 5. So if you go to unit 5.
You guys are doing 5.
We're doing this for this.
5, 6.
And then you go unit 3.
Sorry, I added a big picture. No, this is the integrated. Yeah, we're looking at integrated 8th.
It's okay. This is not an apartment.
You guys like that?
Yeah, did they have one for 8th grade? I couldn't find it.
Right. Then you go 3.
We might have to make one.
So you go early, so you can read. Then you go 2. And then you go 4.
I'm getting, yeah,
See, they have that cool graphic, that pretty much. What did you think when you were?
I think it's.
Some of
very
those,
better.
And
the
then
way that it does make sense is like.
in the
so
first
you're
one,
starting
yeah.
here,
we haven't really
It's
talked
not-
about.
then bring it back to earth.
And
So you go like
Like,
forces, so you go
Chemistry,
forces,
yeah.
you go
we were discussing.
so you go astrophysics basically, and then you bring it back to
Yeah.
earth.
Background information, so
Like,
that's-
see,
And
we're
earth's
gonna have
not-
one on strategic.
I think it's talking about evolution.
Like, so I'm thinking like,
No,
you have
it's-
3
it's
chapters
about,
plus.
This is
usually
usually,
the
they're
second
gonna hire on most
Well,
chapters.
I
They're making
think
an
health
editorial
slash
on
OET.
about
I don't know.
reducing
Good
rates
question.
for,
I thought it was PE slash health. Like, why wouldn't
Not
they, why wouldn't they have
Some
health?
places do PE, in high school it's often PE, and middle school it's typically seventh grade science.
I think high school.
I'm here.
I can see like 1, 2, and 5 are great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
high school, that's-
Yeah, health is one, like, social care.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think so was
High school.
Yeah, that alternative.
See, I throw that all into the union.
I do.
And then I do like, really do digestion.
I think you're just. Figure out how to teach them, you know, which is the problem.
They don't really fall into that. We don't do health studies in higher ed in 10th grade.
We do have some. A whole semester on Saturday, and then they integrated to the even though they were. Now it's not.
The problem is.
In the future, for us, we think you guys.
You the beer bodies fall into now?
I don't know how to
It's six, but it's not eight.
first semester, but.
It is
six.
six.
Yeah.
It is six, because that's what we are, so we're taking six.
So you know, I only did
So this is bio biochemistry.
Right.
You can also.
So here's the 6. 6 has a graphic, I'll copy it in.
I think I probably go.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I did a bunch and someone changed 1, 2, and 5 and then 3. But I wrote down the.
Sorry about that, another graphic.
Yeah, I did 3.
That's not a lot of biological systems. I mean, yeah, you could do it in Unit 1, but not much.
Well, no, but then they go
Because
into
they take all these
trace
students who
inherited
don't have
traits,
math,
genetics. But that's the thing, right? It's not ideas, so it's.
See that with your dog, and then
Yeah, well, that's one of the nice things and we're, I'm making 10, I think it's like 86. All of them had all-time records. And we had to keep most parts. And, you know, we had to make, we had to call people.
All right, how about a timeline for 7th grade?
Are we doing this style of
Teaches out of my room. Every other day. Is there any physiology? Body systems.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, I did that.
yeah.
So they're saying
This narrative almost like it's already been developed.
you when they seem to do
August, like August, because I'm getting back to 10 days.
You just had 0, 0, 0.
I just put some minutes, you have some they're like it's on that.
What's it say? Okay, 0, 0, 0, like how would it actually?
No. Yeah, I would just not, we should look at this school year, even though you want to. So now we have.
It doesn't change.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've got to use the 2 weeks for me, try to
Well, it did 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so
I have
it's
just,
back
I have no
to-
idea, probably wouldn't get as much as the others after this last one.
Yeah, so it's June and your iPad. On the, you have to be on the Google.
Obviously, it's kind of.
Yeah, under the timeline, there, yeah, exactly.
Where does it say?
Oh, I think you're the.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm having a hard time like understanding.
Yeah, watch.
You're bad, you're
Yeah. It's scary about the office when
Click,
you go into
where's
the
it?
office and also where you can lab safety is very,
We just said it.
but I just feel like. Basically, it's like.
Well, the big point that I was making is most schools in the world have a shorter business. So we're gonna try by education like this stuff.
No, I know, but you were saying when you start, like, if you're gonna talk about all and then start looking and analyzing how those elements of molecules.
So they connected.
I just,
Well, that's why you do it.
So like you're taking
So I looked at the one like,
So you did it break this down for, right, that section, did you give it as a framework?
actually, so I. Why are you doing that?
It's actually good.
How about our science teachers, like, I know chemists will, like, I want to go to talking. I don't have to take a class, so
So right now, like I
You can do whatever you want.
there's secrets floating
if you
around
like had
in my, like in my, so those are my syllables, those are my songs, okay, and then writing, so writing, then like, yeah, really bad. So what's like, these lines,
yeah, because I remember all this. She had to teach it. She was planning about it. She was
yeah, exactly, and then the Hey guys, any more shares?
I'm doing unit 4. So you're doing 5?
Yes, I'll do the fight, I don't do our scale. Is that okay?
So it's done with unit 4.
This is everything that is interesting about your academic questions.
Well, I think
It feels like you and you kind of right, and when you're like that for like science teaching lessons. So it doesn't just feel like it's hot.
This is.
Yeah, it's always outside that. But then like, right, and so like,
I'm
like,
looking for that.
we're gonna have the first 20
And try to draw connections as they go. We just want
and then
That's kind of how I like to teach.
Yeah, like he really like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
In order, and this one's on this, and this one's on this, right? Things that they see, and say, okay, what activity could I do? So these concepts build on each other, and so it's kind of strange to be like, we're doing this unit, and then we're gonna like put this idea on hold while I teach the other sections, and then come back and. I guess you're supposed to.
You guys have a little
project
framework.
Like, what if like if you taught this, and then you taught like this, and then you taught this, right? And then as you're going, you connect it. So that way you're already.
What did they say in terms of, what's the description? So that's what the framework is kind of all about, is describing how to get into these topics. So let's see here.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard.
Brent, did you like get all of this framework?
I was to make like an introduction to
How about if I go and check it back?
all the time.
Okay,
Two-story.
Yeah. And I think that's what I like.
You guys get money for the sushi in class, right?
What's that?
Class of the sushi.
So I think like.
Oh, yeah?
I did not like the
Come in, 20 minutes, in 10.
Actually, the two.
You work
So you're gonna remix it. And then it's like, she just, comes in, she's like, I'm here for massage, be like, all right, that was my first test. Right, and
I like it. I'm with you, Brent.
yeah, I keep it going. And it was top 4, you know? And then just imagine the 40s you would have the rest of that.
So this is what they're saying for Unit 1 here on 7, right? So the focus on living versus non-living and using that to get into the other things. So is that, how do you think that would do as sort of a big theme with those topics? So that hold together
It's a wiggle.
Why was he talking about Indian
That is
house,
awesome.
Native American house?
Okay, so you're skeptical of this organization here.
Dude, that's
All right, let's see how they describe it.
Oh, how to interact with, let's say at the atomic level.
Well, let's,
How to interact with the atomic level, helps understanding
Mhm.
Well, I mean, now you're gonna go into like, it's. I don't know, like, I don't know, when we talk about living and non-living in my class, we
Right.
talk about like, does it have cells? The kids like 7 years right now are like,
Yes.
cells are smaller than atoms, I'm like, no, cells are made of atoms, but like.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the taper.
I feel like there's a lot more to learning about atoms than to then talk about living and non-living. I feel like there's two.
yeah, that's not normally how we talk about living versus non-living. We don't get molecular, right? Yeah.
So then we're saying like, what about carbon? I think the biggest
So what are the, typically when we say something's living, you say, does it use energy? Does it reproduce or develop? So how is, right. So let's see what they say here. How do they get into it?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid
For the record.
It's a nice graphic.
We showed everyone like, I agree with that. I was like, I'll just use it.
I just thought my city.
Well, that's one way to do it. That's one way to say like.
So get into living and non-living through respiration. Through respiration. It's being, if there's respiration, then it's living. Yes. That would work. So it gets really micro.
Yeah, I don't know.
One Costello was integrated science 6.
It's just like high school, right? Standards are already there. I don't know if they have these unit structures. But they have different unit structures.
I gotta come up with like a fun way to get my coworker.
So you find that
What they're doing.
He's a mystery age, he's like 36. Sometimes he says he wants to try new moms, but it's just too late. If I leave you,
Yeah.
Does he have the ADHD that's like hyper, like he needs meds?
He was on a stick, and he's been on it for more than a year. Yeah. Plus he was having fun one day, you take that all day. He was how about you two?
That's a problem because then you're taking some down.
So they talk so
Like, I did 3, I feel like all of a sudden you just like grow.
yeah.
I'm serious. It was so long.
We're the guy.
No, I get that part. I feel like it's so common to it's a sense of like,
Well, he's also.
I mean, I it's very unit, so it's the I guess not in the right sense of units. This is more like.
With teachers and students, like.
But I see kids like have.
No, definitely not a chapter. I mean, like, I need something more.
Because they're not really that's not like it's like why don't you start so they get all their environmental
Oh, if you don't.
yeah, so
I don't even find it.
and then they introduce subjects related biology. If they took it really biology, really low. Well, we don't have biology.
I mean, they talk about.
I think it's a lot, we have one for the regular, but our event, is ready to retire.
Anyways,
Some people have those first as
okay, so
I guess they have.
Yeah, but I mean, I have more stuff to go on. I do,
From what I understand, they are much lower than our.
so it's taken a long time to pass. I've always wanted to get to this point.
Yeah. Yeah, 37 is most of Your unit two, and my unit
Well, and DNA technology.
So I think most of the time,
It's like that's why they
Yes, exactly, it's a C minus.
And I'm sure they. No, do you?
Yeah, ours did too.
Yeah, of course, our math department is a little bit like, so what's that? I think we do all that.
Science worksheets or.
So you didn't want to really there. It's really, like, I don't, I haven't seen that much on.
I think it's actually
Do that first, yeah. Gives you the advantages
Okay, I see what you're
Because like I feel like it's really frustrating.
Cool. Okay, are we good to come back together? Do we need another minute?
Does that HDMI work?
Okay. Now that we have explored this for a little bit, give me your basic, your big picture takeaway from your first look at the frameworks, right?
Shock and horror.
Shock and horror.
How about shock and horror?
I'm more hands-on.
All right.
I think it's interesting when the LUC schools I've been a part of, they typically they did their performance-based assessments. Which were completely independent.
For the math and language, that one?
With no, just with straight science, back when I was used to teach.
Oh, okay.
So they had this green book that outlined everything you're supposed to have, with unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. But the periodic assessments, you literally have to pull things from a bunch of people. So it's a bunch of different areas. It's funny because they break down these units, and you would just think more or less logically, unit 1 leads to unit 2, unit 3, the way people write books, it's somehow logically makes sense. But it doesn't. The way they constructed it. Unit 1, unit 2, cool, but then unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, that doesn't make any sense at all. There's no continuity.
I heard that from several people, that there's some issues with the way it's organized, and not all the units are holding together like they would like. Yeah.
I really liked how it just suggested things that you can do. It gave actual real activities to do, stories behind it, history behind it. So that way whoever's reading it they know kind of the timeline of what to do. And it also, because looking at the NGSS standards, it looks just kind of whoa, where do I have to go? Then you go to another model and have all these lines everywhere. But this kind of puts it in one place where you're reading through it, and it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there's some good information there. What is this a change from what we're doing? All right, so we got to put that on there.
They have resources at the bottom too. So at the bottom of the bio ones, there's a whole bunch of links, which is really nice. So they have suggested resources, like HMI is on there. Different simulations and stuff.
Okay, cool. What are some of the big changes? So if we wanted to, what are some of the key changes that you see between the frameworks here and the way that we're teaching now?
I see at least as you did that one over, a lot of evidence was supported.
In the new,
In the new.
so there's more emphasis on evidence and claims?
Yeah. Supported claim models, too. Mathematical models. Oh, we should all be models.
More models.
More models, give us more models.
Cool. All right, lots of models. What else? There's a lot, right? In the seventh right now, in most middle schools, we only have a semester of science, and there's a year and a half worth of stuff in there now, right? So,
Seventh grade?
In seventh grade, yeah.
Oh, yes.
One semester of health and one semester of science.
That's it.
Our school, they have different teachers, like there's health teachers. And the science teachers, they're different. It's not the same teacher all year long.
okay.
It's in everything in this place.
All right. Mark?
Oh, sorry, it's story driven.
Uh-huh. So the unit itself has kind of a story that goes with it. Is that? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really integrated. It really pulls from what you learned, and it builds. It's integrated and it's
Yeah, and you're not even looking at the middle school ones. That's crazy integrated. Yeah.
That's not crazy. It's
Preferred integrated. Yes. There's a lot of connection, especially with the earth science. Oh, more math, especially in the biology, probably. Mhm. That's part of that integrated. Cool. Interesting. Cool. All right. Are those the big issues that we see? All right. Anything else, Mara?
The chemistry one is like for the 3-year model, the earth science integration is really, really heavy.
Yes, it is.
And it makes me feel like I'm not preparing my kids for all of it.
I agree.
Yeah, the earth science thing. So yeah, we were talking over here. So there's been some discussion here at this university that maybe we need to create some kind of workshops for high school teachers who need an earth science crash course and to get ready. And maybe we'll put something like that together for next summer. I think that would be something that people would be interested in. Maybe not. I don't know. We could pilot it now, and I keep it small and then go nationwide next year, something like that. Anyway. Cool. All right. So here's my question. I had a whole different thing that we were going to do for homework this week, but if we wanted to, we could keep sort of digging into the frameworks. And let me give you your options though, so that we can do this. Do a fair fight.
More like NGSS.
I think we're going to reach consensus. Is that an NGSS thing? Should be. All right. So I should have brought the book over. I'll go grab it. So this book here is called Making Sense of Secondary Science. It is a good book. Basically what it does is it brings together a lot of research that people have done over the years on students' conceptions on different topics. And so like, what do we know about inheritance? What do we know about what kids think about inheritance? So they bring together some people and they're sort of summarizing the literature on that subject. And it's a little bit old. I think the book came out in the 90s, I want to say. Something like that. All right, we can.
The cover looks kind of old. I wasn't sure if it was the way the picture was taken.
Yeah. So this is. No, it's not that old. What do we have? We don't have a date on here. Oh, that's no fun. All right, I'll go grab the actual book and we can see. So if you want to take a look, so the whole book is posted here online. The whole book has been scanned, and so you can take a quick look at it and see what you think.
I'm gonna interview.
Okay, 1994 is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, so this is a second book. The first book was called Making Children's Ideas About Science, and it talked a lot about sort of elementary stuff. That book is awesome. This book is pretty good, but it's not as good as the first one. And in some way, I'd rather read the first one, even though it's elementary school stuff. It's like, you know, what do kids think about light and air and stuff like that? And our secondary kids think the same things. So this one is called Making Sense of Secondary Science. Push that one. I'll go grab the other one.
Did he say we're gonna so sorry?
I'm singing, I'm like drowning.
Yeah.
I'm drowning. Like, this was the dumbest idea I've ever had. What I should have done was said like, I'll be back in 2 years when you're next door. At this point, see you.
No, you're almost done. Oh, because you're halfway done.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, my lesson plan, I hit the end of my lesson plan because I came back in my 30s, so I didn't have a chance. So I don't have any lesson plans, and I'm starting next year at the end of the year. Normally I have it all planned out for the year.
Can you go back?
Yeah, but I didn't like what I was doing all the time. I was trying to change the curriculum, so now I'm just gonna have to go back and do what I did last year. So I have time to do it.
Seriously, like the first 6 months was like a surge. You just gotta like.
I'm like, I can't do like this. I'm straight. And I'm like the worst. Like the worst
Okay,
semester.
you have 3 jobs, you're teaching, you have your kid, and then you have your.
You know the expression brain cannot take that. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah, you have the best of everything. You only have.
I'm like not, I feel like I'm not even good at it.
But it's okay, because you're like spreading out all your energy into 3 different vectors.
The second education, I think it's so.
Oh, children's ideas in science.
Yeah, I must have lost my copies.
Well, light students, stress, and stuff.
Yeah, you're really.
Can we get, can't see anything in here. Won't even give us at all. No samples. This is all you see. That's no fair. Yeah.
That's really.
Look inside. All right, here we go.
You taking the girl with you? Big kid?
Oh.
Dang,
Oh, that's it? You're just gonna see the first 3 pages?
2 pieces. 2 pieces.
Can't see anything from page 6 on. All right, well, that's no fun.
You already read it? At least.
All right. Okay, so 2 questions. All right, so 2 questions. Do we prefer to look at chapters in the Making Sense of Secondary Science, or to look at more chapters in the frameworks? The frameworks is a lot longer, by the way. All right, so how many people would like to spend more time on the frameworks?
All right.
How many people want to do the secondary science, making sense of science? All right, so that is really an even split. All right.
Or don't care.
Don't care. Why would you not
Well, if
care?
you take the don't care out, then you can see if the split is even.
Why would you not care?
Well, because you're fine with whatever people want to define.
You okay? Well, you like both. That's fine.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean.
Oh,
like
Care. It's just don't care about this science stuff.
Science and the other half we're gonna do the frameworks.
So the other book is called Making Sense of Elementary Science?
No, it's called Children's Ideas in Science. And if you go to the ebook thing, it doesn't let you see anything. You can see the first 4 pages or something like that. But this is the book that I mean, just about everybody knows this book at some point or another if you're into researching kids' ideas. And there's a lot of good chapters in here. I think the Making Sense of Secondary Science, since it came so much later, this is about 15 years earlier. This is like in the 70s. And you know, this stuff doesn't change much. Kids still think the same things mostly. I mean, you know, we read all that Piaget stuff from the 70s, and you know, the kids haven't really changed.
How do you pronounce her last name? Edith's last name?
Which one was it? Oh, I don't know. It's some French name. Gassin.
That's French.
I'm thinking. Anybody know?
Driver, I know.
Driver. I'm good on Driver. Driver was British. She died a few years ago, but she was very well known science ed person. Yeah, but you have to write it on your citations. So I know how to spell them. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Right. All right. So I'm sort of torn by this. So.
Wait, let's vote again, and then there's the option
Let's
of
count, we can count.
if you specifically care, then one or the other, and if you don't mind which one, then you don't raise your hand. So
But
we
why
have
would
to
you
do
need a
that.
vote then? How about just pick a side, everybody pick a side. And then just-
Well, that's what we did in an internship.
I feel like if there's a few people working on the frameworks, then we won't have a very interesting conversation about it. Versus if we all are doing the similar type thing, and then we could kind of come together and talk.
Maybe we
Figure something out.
because some people have read it,
Revote.
and then the other people who hadn't read it had to ask questions. Then we
Well, we have more interesting conversations. Raise your hand if you would like to do
Yeah,
the,
yeah, you're right,
okay,
this will spark more interesting.
interesting conversations. Yeah.
Which one?
This one, and the book.
The children's ideas?
Yeah.
I mean the second Making Sense of Secondary Science, that one.
Yeah, more
Framework's kind of dry.
Frameworks make people somewhat angry. I'm getting that sense a little bit.
It's a little dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But imagine you hadn't read the framework and someone starts talking about it, you're gonna ask them a question, now you have a dialogue going. That's true.
And this never changes what.
So we just have to pick a chapter.
That's the idea. Yes.
Either the frameworks, the book, or if you don't mind any of them, then just don't raise your hand, okay? Raise your hand if you want to do framework.
Frameworks.
Raise your hand if you want to do the other book.
Alright.
Curse you all.
Seems like a trend. You asked for the vote. All right. So what we should do here is we should pick some chapters. So let's take a look at the table of contents here. All right. Oh. So the first chapter is this one here: driver, secondary, ed instruction. So this is the first chapter on its own. And does it have the table of contents?
Yeah.
Does not have. Yeah. I'd like to have people read different chapters. All right. So now.
Take our votes on which one it is.
It's only 8
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah, but let's give people a chance to see, because the book hasn't even made it past this table yet. So that would seem a little bit.
It's online. We can download it.
Yeah, that's why we're opening it right now.
Wait, how much only 8 pages?
Where did it go? All right, so here are our chapters. All right, and Okay, so our chapters include things like living things, nutrition, growth, responding to the environment, reproduction, microbes. Very exciting. Then we've got materials, solids, liquid gases, chemical changes, particles, water, air, rocks, and then electricity, magnetism, spelled funny, light, sound, heating, energy, forces, horizontal motion, gravity, earth, and space. 24 chapters for your choices.
I need to be done quick, right?
Wow, look at that.
Pass me that magnet.
Except that I have everyone's name on it.
Wait, what did you
Hold
do?
on.
The quick rate. Who knows how to get to the quick rate?
I have no idea.
Right at
It's
the.
so not there.
I haven't.
We need to the page someone today.
Oh
It's called
yeah.
10-7.
10-7. That one here.
Oh wait, can you put the list back up though?
Okay, I will put the list up.
Boom, done.
That was. Where was I? That one. All right. The.
I've got 9.
All right. Don't tell driver that I totally ripped off.
I beat you.
Copies.
It's right here.
I love the
It's kind of hard to get this book nowadays, anyway.
It's my driver here.
No.
So.
She won't. Or she already knows.
Would you like me to let her know?
What?
Should I let her know that your room's outside, so.
All right. So, who do we have to do any arm wrestling? What do we?
There are 2 people.
Just see what
I'm
you
doing
chat.
number 9.
All right.
I just did mine.
Does everybody have something that looks interesting?
Yeah, I got number 9.
Everybody's interested in at least one of these topics.
Yeah, I've got
Thank you, Mara.
There's not a lot on Earth science there, huh?
Earth and space is the end.
There's rock.
Earth and space is
I like
one
rocks.
chapter.
There's gravity and rocks.
There's water.
Air.
Water's part of the earth.
Yeah, ecosystem.
Does water count?
So it already has.
Water, yeah.
Take
Water,
it.
air, rocks, right
Environment.
I'm doing
It's
that
chapter
twice.
4.
All right. All right. What do you like? Should we create a Google Doc to summarize? Should we do a forum? What makes the most sense? What do you like? Where do you like summarizing things?
Google
Do we have to switch if someone, 2 people have the same?
Fight it out.
Let's make a slideshow.
Where is it?
Added reproduction.
Slideshow.
Yeah, it's almost
Oh, all right. Let's do that.
I got this.
I like it.
Yeah, someone because no one was there.
It's like.
You're right.
We should take this slide.
Did you say it's okay?
Yes.
To have 2 people on one chapter?
No.
Which is it a good chapter?
Reproduction.
That's that's a lot in there, right?
I don't know. I haven't read the book. I don't know.
Oh. All right. All right.
We don't want this to
All right. Get the link. All right. So we've got to put it up here somewhere.
But it was one. They wanted like they wanted getting, yeah, they wanted getting twins. With, but like with the donor, like the egg donor, you got a bunch of eggs, and it wanted one of each of their sperms. So it's like.
Oh wait, I'm in the wrong chapter. I'm in the wrong place. Never
They
mind.
tested the
I gotta put it in this week's.
Yeah, that's right. I was exploding. So I think he and his partner had a surrogate. Egg donor. And then one of sorry, they tested DNA. It's got scissors in it. Roll it.
Okay. Okay. Science, no? All right.
Anytime out of secondary sense.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Sense? Yeah. All right, what do you like for a theme?
How about Star Trek? Yeah, Star Trek.
Dude, that is awesomely annoying, that yellow blue one.
You go for the yellow blue one?
Wait, this is paint day. Sure. Geometric. That is honestly, that's like the awesome
Pretty epic.
Groovy, baby.
Changes one.
Fortunately, you can change it with a click. All right.
Is there a link for the rest of the book?
Yes. Link for the rest of the book is.
Where's the link?
It's right here. Oh, it's under. Oh, here, I'll move it up.
Oh,
Slides down with the hashtag happy face.
Oh, totally. You know me. Okay. All right, we've got 2 weeks to work on this. Let's summarize our stuff this week, and then we will. We'll figure new stuff out next week. All right. All right. So we're gonna. Do take a look at the introduction chapter. That one's a pretty good one, and it's nice and short. And then take a look at your chapter. We'll do that. Does somebody want to volunteer to summarize the introduction? We haven't done that much lately. Who has not had a chance to summarize something? You did already. Yeah. Keep your hand down. Okay.
So do you
You're
want
not. Steven's not going to fight you on that. Okay.
If you want to, by all means, take it out of my hands.
Sure, I'll do it. I haven't done much yet, so.
All right.
Brian, do you want us to do different chapters or no?
You can do it. Are you gonna combine your work?
I don't know.
I think it would be good collaboration. Or you can pick a new one. It's your choice. I'm gonna let you decide. All right. Now, does everybody know what we're doing? You're gonna do one slide. You're gonna give us key ideas.
Wait, so we're not doing it in our, where it says, like how we normally been doing comments?
Yes, there was a request for slides rather than that. So we're doing a slide, and then we'll obviously explain next week as we go around. All right. Everything takes much longer than you think. All right. So now we wanted to get back into Scratch a little bit. Does everybody know what we're doing for this, though? Questions about this before we turn gears again? I know, but that's partly because I haven't graded them yet.
Oh.
So give me a chance to read them. Well, I did some of them, but I am still way behind. So let me read them, and then we can talk about them. Because I agree, we should talk about those.
So we are doing one slide in summary of the chapter we read in the book that's being passed around.
Will read, presumably, yes.
Yes. I'm like a clarifier.
Unless you've already read it, that'd be impressive. I don't know. Oh, I just made a bunch of blank slides.
So why don't we, like, everybody,
What was the
do
slide
like
that
chapter
we're
one?
So I posted it here. You might need to refresh your page. Slides for the Making Sense book. And there's the link to the book right there underneath it.
The number after.
So if you refresh your page, what's
So
that?
take the number 2 after.
Yeah, but I'm disappointed in the rest of them. They look so boring. We may need a different theme. I don't know.
It's like,
This is not really legal.
What?
I think we have to read
I'm reading it off into your.
No, it's not probably at all. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of copyright violation. Yeah, but there's limits. There's limits on that too.
Did she pass away? I mean, like, you know, what happened?
Here's my map.
Okay, good. We're all good to go? All right, so we've got half an hour left to play with Scratch. I will circulate and try to give advice, having done this a lot. How good a Scratch project do you need to make?
Not very.
Not that good.
No. Keep it really simple.
Good.
Just have it do something so that people can see it, something happening.
Good.
That's our goal. Something happening.
Complicated.
All right. You've all picked very complicated topics.
Well, I just picked this out.
Yes.
Well, basically, if you click on S, you get the particles to
Is
represent.
magnetism chapter 12?
No, magnetism is.
Then it's
It's worse than that.
So we actually did this one in summer.
I'm numbering these people.
So what we had them do was then they would do this, they would do that, what you're talking about, and then they would break it into a molecular view. So they could have a molecular view of solid. You see, oh, the solid, the molecule is just vibrating. And in the water, they're
Yeah.
So
So the flame,
How does it go
the
here?
sprites are close together like a solid, and they're more white, they're a little whiter, sort of like liquid.
I know.
I just put the photos in.
All right.
That was it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Is that all done?
It's done already, it should be on the.
You're way ahead.
I eat a honey and it's on the, I put it on the CSIP website. So it should
Okay.
be in there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I think we have as many as you want. Do we need the phone?
I did Scratch last night. So in your mind, what do you do?
Is it, are we saying the cloud's gonna be like?
One way you could do is
Scratch.
This one is a start, pushing the space.
No, make one.
Let me see if I can figure out this.
No, no, I'm-
No, so probably what you want to do
How about
is
yours?
put them here, look at it.
So right there.
That would be
Okay.
somewhere to
Is there a way to make it
make it
Oh,
live.
wait, right here, you mean like, okay.
Negative 111 and 90.
We're gonna start there.
Oh,
Live, what's the?
We want to see, we want to.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Try that. I think we want to take
And change costumes. So actually, we don't need to.
Well, the things are right.
I think we should start.
I think that's
And then let's.
There's other programs do that. Does that scratch the? Yes, fine. So what you can do is a series of live events.
Yeah, which is what I have. You just,
Perfect.
I think
Exactly, so all we can do is duplicate the 6th grade.
But they're the centers, they're like fire.
You need to change all the numbers.
So,
And then you want to.
Most of the time, it's you with the same.
Right.
I'm trying to find out. Because it goes right, if it connects with there again.
Yeah, the funny fun, it's the same comment for because
I would start with
Sure, I tried to steal it
and then I
from
would
you.
have
They tried to steal it from you.
Oh, perfect.
It should be starting.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get the start when it changes speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
Yeah.
start is.
Because they all die different.
Then you change time.
Exactly.
So
And you
you
can
can
tell
start
it's
with
very
the
much
solid,
that.
and then to make it faster, you say, so you move solid steps.
So go to the C and start.
Right now, we're talking about our class.
And then your five. So what you want to answer your five, you want to add in the. Get that right.
Oh, that's weird. I missed out all of that. Yeah, I thought so.
And then what you want to do is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where to start.
You can steal it.
Go to the.
I'll give you credit in my credits.
I don't care.
Tree, oh, yeah. Oh, and then we have, we have to go, so they'll all flip once, right? The tree should be like a slight.
Yeah, just wherever you want to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can have the same little script on everything.
Sorry. Now it's plugging.
So we want to make this go like from here to here, and then put it, then switch from one picture to another. So these are
Okay.
just-
Okay, so you want those to be different costumes for the same sprite?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Right,
this
we'll
sprite-
switch costumes. That goes.
This is moving. This cloud, this little cloud is moving.
Right.
And every
And
time
then
it
it's
gets to
gonna turn
that phase,
into-
a liquid, then we want this to go, and then it's gaseous. So we have the three
There it goes.
images, so as it moves from here,
Makes sense.
instead of the cloud.
Mhm.
That's nice.
Oh, it's
Because otherwise-
ice on.
Okay.
Oh, so that's gonna change.
Yeah, that one, this, both of these should change.
Oh, I
That's
see.
not changing. And this, when it gets to liquid, it should change, and when it gets to gas, it should change.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not sure. So the initial point was here, that's negative.
So transparent, and so this is your class, right? So you wanna start.
You know what? It actually,
Green flag, green flag, say
what would it look like?
Oh, just tell it where
One
it's
side.
starting. And you also have that dynamics of your motion.
If we
So
just
start
like we,
with, so start by putting it in the right position.
right, create, so just add the
So
weight,
the format, say right down or something.
the name, the first one, the guy,
So that's its
right,
current location.
no,
Is that where you want to start? Okay, good. And then you're gonna make that line, and then like, so you got your lines
One
like
guy,
that.
and then three balls, one of them has.
Oh,
Okay, it's because I'm.
Yeah, because they all died.
So I think it could be four.
and is that what it's?
Yeah, you can tweak it.
Yeah.
But you're probably gonna just have a series of ones. You might have to wait a minute. Are they gonna need to do anything to make it move? It's just gonna do its own thing, yeah. Right, so that would be new changes to costume. So you'd say switch to costume. Now, do you have the costumes for it?
So those are his costumes.
Oh, this is a different sprite. No, that's actually just supposed to be one sprite, right? And you want to change its costume from solid liquid and gas?
Yes.
Okay, so here's how you do that. So let's go to costume.
Oh,
So this one is that one. Click on the second one, liquid.
It's a happy accident. The way to fix the,
Well,
the
the costume
is each
So click on there.
sprite says,
Alright, so what you want to do is you want this costume to be in the second sprite, so you want the costume for that sprite. So drag it to there where it is solid. Yeah. Yeah, to where it's solid.
no, just,
So no. Good, and then do the same thing with the golden one, just drag that over to the solid. And instead of calling it solid, you really want to call that a beaker. So
yes, so this becomes.
now you've got to change, start changing its concept.
Oh, then just look around.
So that's all those three things.
Yeah, so it's got three concepts.
So should I
Grab the scissors.
Oh,
sure you don't
You
get
can't put
that.
it on top. Yeah, but it should, you can't.
Right, it's forced, it's against the law.
So now you just need to give it instructions.
Oh, that's the ice, I'm sorry.
So at some point, we've got to tell this one when to switch costumes.
Right, when we get to this point.
So maybe the way to do it is for the grounds to do it. So you go into the cloud. Right, so it will make the line, so it's got a line up here, and when it gets to a certain point, you can send a message to tell the reader it's time to change costumes. And the way you send messages is also under events. You get the same works as a broadcast. So you broadcast a message that says, click or something like that. And the beaker, when it gets them this information, does that make sense?
Yeah, so we can change a new message.
So it was really just one program.
Yeah, we got 20 really crappy ones.
It's like, yeah, one of them's right.
Yeah, like it's just really crappy.
I said, I need to change something. Maybe they need to change their.
So.
You're welcome.
Are you gonna annotate it in somebody? Place some symbols or
Oh, it's
some messages or something?
huge work in progress.
Yeah.
Right now, it's one of three.
Small testament.
Yeah.
Oh, is it gonna go through each of those
All right.
Maybe eventually get to this. Yeah, Drew was there. So you're gonna use. So like.
Oh,
Like,
Just using the line.
Okay, I can handle that part, but I'm not gonna make it here.
This is lots of long time of me.
Oh, I guess I did.
That's what I did.
I don't like it.
Switch costume.
So, I'm missing the part. Okay, so I told it to start. Oh, beautiful. It's such a beautiful.
Then change size.
So here's the back.
So let's try on to go.
Because it doesn't follow the coordinates.
Very good.
Oh, and I never told it to
There you
make
go.
me the like.
Very good.
That's almost right.
I don't know if you have your money.
Oh, we need to.
No, right?
Okay.
But it's not.
So when I go to,
We need to go back.
so this is what I have to do. So I didn't even want to start with like, move it this much or this much. So I just said, this one's more go this way, this one's more go this way. But then, and then, so then the cats, I said, okay, cats, each time you're gonna start back in the beginning. So, and then when it's cat's attack, it goes to the middle. And then if it's equal, then it stops.
Well, it's just
It's weird, crazy. So I mean, otherwise,
And you said stop.
Right.
Yeah, this is what'll happen otherwise.
right, so then it goes to the ends, and it goes to the middle, and it's one square.
Why does it go to the end?
Right. Why does it go to the ends again? Well, at first, I'm not gonna make it.
Oh, that's
Because I thought you had to.
You put that one first and then
Okay, so if this is greater than this, then it's going to.
So if you right side, left hand is greater, then you're gonna go back this way, right?
Right.
Yeah, so.
And the other way, you're gonna.
You have to drive, okay.
And then the other cat.
And then this will be in this.
Oh, that's probably, yeah. It starts here, and then it goes 11. Yeah, right after.
You might want to set them, make sure they're all starting. Sometimes people stop it.
Well, that's why I had it keep going back to.
I mean, you can also.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Line here.
How do you read? I missed that one. We didn't do that.
So that way it'll always.
They, you were here and then I
Okay, no, it's not gonna work.
Weird.
It's like when I click on all these, I say how super.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Oh, okay, so. I say, like click to, there's go somewhere.
Oh, it's already behind.
Oh, and there's people that are calling?
Oh, well, then you're right.
So I think you have all to have on your chart, that is one of my. And then when you, when they receive something, they, so like this phrase I want to hide. So when someone is saying, like, it's so like, I don't know what this is. And I want it to just, once it gets there, when it, because that would.
Yeah, I said the plan's a great addition.
And then
It was here. Now it's better than mine. That's a great one.
So is this kind?
Boiling.
So like if I have like 4 and 2.
Suspense, string, string action.
So can this go through?
Where's the button?
So I do a separate. Like, I don't know. Let's see.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Unless it's
Okay, I like it. Try and find a way to get it.
Yeah.
We could put, spooky string is a little bit like a.
So there's two ways to do it. You could make it smaller, you can shrink it there.
Well, the thing is, the smaller intestine is like round, so. So you make your size, you just like this, right? You just like you like
Smaller, you have that chance at the big.
So that's why I'm saying.
You do that.
It's like even right in that little center right there. It comes out.
They also.
They could all scream when they die.
Is happening?
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing that tells us.
The frozen didn't start. The other
So
one.
you need. So you know have basically.
Yeah, speech should be Dr. last time.
So it's forever checking.
That's a good one. Because the RC dies.
So set it aside
When I
at the
click
beginning.
this.
It's a really.
To be.
But I feel like it needs directions, like how will people know it's clicked?
Oh,
Oh, it says some people have.
Put some
Good
text
question.
in the word.
Well, this it works.
But
No, this makes a reason to have this buffer phase, but it doesn't have
Well,
any.
the
Oh,
very.
that's a sound for every script. It's a sound for every.
And she is gone.
So,
When click this.
but if you put them all into one, it still makes the same sound for the whole thing.
No, actually, you're on the cloud.
In other words,
You
so
want to
each,
change things
so
up
it's
here,
very
you gotta-
this character.
Well, supposedly.
Just sounds.
so we want to start off at
Okay, yeah, so we're using a green flag. So it's how to start.
Do you have to tell them that?
But no, the ball. So it all.
It's about one.
Alright, I'll do
Okay,
that.
you're
Okay,
driving.
you're right there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so all sounds should come to the same.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of figured out that you have one.
I mean, yeah, they could all make different sounds, but they all did something.
Yeah, well, now it's.
And then I changed it.
You have to change this. Let's see. Oh, because I wanted to. And now I did something in it again.
Well, okay. So
Now, how do you make it accelerate?
Scratch says this direction is forward. So when you say point to the bumper, you're gonna put this.
Listen, he said not to go crazy,
Okay,
okay? I wanted to.
rotate this.
But you don't want to further cement their misunderstandings about first law.
Curse you and your.
First law, it's theoretically, it's not.
I know.
First law is rotate.
You don't know.
It's all on gases first. Actually, it's more displacement.
It's usually the same, they should be pushing, and then they go on to the faster.
No, you should have, you should have a rubber band that you got, right? Then if you push it off center, the longer you stretch the one rubber band. Is that two counts like a pushing? Yeah.
Okay, then we should go for it.
The force of one pat on the other, like force pat A on B is always in the same side.
Oh, which
Now,
one's
that's
that?
actually-
We just on one,
Oh, because I needed to turn it like that.
two on the
Scratch just
other.
defines right as
Regardless of
the
how I
direction.
drew it, that is 114.98.
I mean, it could be like a.
What's providing that for?
I gotta ask you.
You are all picking this up really fast. I just say, I should have had to teach you for like weeks.
Okay. and then-
It's pretty bright.
Wait, nice. I'll do this and then-
I'm the best for Pete, that's an event. Is he?
Can you do
No,
a?
exactly.
Yeah.
Pete, forever.
Yeah.
That's perfectly.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show.
Okay.
So, two yards, so mark it.
Then what happened?
Because everybody gets this, right? You get that, close out, and then, yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is when you do this guy, the scripts. It's all straight up.
Put those numbers back. Yeah, let's move this back to maybe.
Change the live. Yeah.
It died.
So I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to do the other side.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have it go up so high. Or does it go up the same
This,
high?
and
And
then.
you can move it a little bit
I like
over
this.
here.
It's just a straight line.
Straight
And
line.
then, and we don't sit this, we go to.
Yeah, it could go to that.
Okay, here, I'll try.
So that is.
Ready?
Yeah.
Is that what we want it? Negative 1896.
Actually,
It's a picture of.
It was working, I don't know what happened. Why would it stop working?
Negative 18.
Why would it stop working?
Yeah, there's a random
Yes,
generator.
negative 18 upwards.
Yeah, so you see that.
Just
Yeah.
use what it's
If I
worth.
say stars, you can show.
Five,
that's
Thursday,
high.
he said it's not correct time.
So if you said negative 240 to positive 40, that was somewhere on the street,
You
right?
want to go to non-blind?
Yeah. So
But how
if
do
you
you
red.
Instead of it goes to blank, but
That's
it's right now,
fine.
right?
Right.
For why? It's random 1 to 10.
Yeah, but change the 1 to 10.
Yeah, wait.
So it's gonna pick your random number.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I would
think so.
change it from 1 to 10 to what?
We want it
So
inside.
negative 240 to positive. That's the
Okay, then this one.
Nice, it's perfect, it's perfect.
What's this?
Okay.
What's that?
Just adding higher.
What's nice is,
Associated with the script.
right, pollutant
So we're gonna give it
water.
another 10 seconds.
Yeah, so
Actually,
you're
try
adding
one of these
ones,
and then
And
they
let's see what it
guess.
looks like.
Designate the fake guess.
and then you can, that's how you save it. 150, 1,000, whatever. Right, so this one is the next script. prime one. The other one, different description, with different numbers in the back.
So,
Right. So each prime number
There's
is
just pieces of Debbie, I think.
okay, so then if I go pause, so I jump higher.
right, so each prime has different numbers. Right, so this one is 100.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's interesting, this is frame one. Oh, no.
It's the rotation.
Right.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
Basically, like.
Okay, so there's.
So everybody will be.
Also,
Yes,
yeah.
we did that.
So it's here.
And why did
Play
this?
that. Yeah.
So
we're
it's
still
the
behind.
line.
Yeah, we're not that.
No, thank you.
No, we did all the
That
time.
was,
These one whatever they have.
this guy, so.
Yeah.
It's this one, right? So,
This guy's-
These are the things you have to figure out that I didn't know.
This one is,
Okay, so it's about 6:45.
We
You're
got it.
done. Nice timing.
Should we, maybe we should do like a balloons.
Make a little sound effect? Sure. You can record sounds under the second option.
Maybe is there.
Any chemistry people don't have names, experts on. Is that
Yes,
possible?
I'm saying.
So is that a balance or unbalanced?
Wow. Or like that. Very touchy.
Maybe something should pop up and then.
Just gonna do actually that file, it, also file it.
Yeah, we're- well,
I was trying to move it away so I can see more of the window.
Yeah, that's already good.
And that didn't really work.
Yeah.
Oh, because you got the set sizes. The set sizes cancel now. Put the set size.
You were like
No, I'm trying to make sure.
I'm just trying to
Save time.
on this program.
Right, and it's forever. is-
However,
Did you
it's-
get it? Did you know well?
You
Just like I said, that one thing, you guys are like.
Where's the direction show?
How does it more like when you got?
I just have to figure out why it's the other way, like it goes crazy over long.
Oh, wait, now I need that. Is it in
We
the?
say if your size gets to
That's.
almost done.
Maybe I make it real small that it's like.
You can make this beer. So the question is.
The search out.
Do you think you're gonna resize these? Is there a way to resize it?
Yeah, you clicked on it,
You know,
the hand thing, see the hand thing in there, yeah? And make a box around it,
And
and then just make the box smaller or bigger.
possibly put in there.
So Steven, you think I should make it where if it's one's greater than the
I
other,
also
then I
read this
make
bit.
it should be pushing faster?
Well, it depends on what part, which option you're actually analyzing.
No, I'm just starting.
I mean, it's actually a pretty complicated scenario.
I'm just gonna have it be where it lets you know if they're balanced or unbalanced, and then the little tag is gonna be like.
But balance is for a single object, not for two objects.
When they're balanced, of course, they have a net force.
You can bubble if you want.
That's what we teach.
If it's balanced, you can compare the frictional force to the force the other has on it.
When we talk about it in eighth grade, we're talking about like, if you have like a toy car, and then push the same amount of force that it's balanced.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they might get it wrong.
So, how can we add that? Yeah, we.
Like which cat are you trying to analyze? Right.
Just with this, and then with.
Right, so I'm just having,
Okay.
you're having
Fraction
forces
kills.
acting on
Size. What?
Because you want, so you're not figuring out if they're balanced or.
It's the,
You're right.
We animate.
And I don't want this back.
We're in the same
Like, gas waves.
Oh, you're over. I'm just gonna have the cat thing.
So like when we're using, you're you just write checking
But calcium.
So you got to charge it +2, so like chloride, what's the most positive bam, we're at.
There's no zero, yes, you see how they're not in the same spot.
Is that what we guys allow?
What I want to know is, watch what happens when I see.
Oh my God.
Maybe you go back to the yeah, you could. Go back to the scene side. I don't think you use your field.
Dude's third lock is 2 lock, his first lock is 1 lock. And drag and clear.
Perfect. You can grab one.
Brian,
Yes.
I kind of, just one last step, this is actually.
You gotta get a piece.
Okay, we want to see the bubbling sound.
So you take the
Don't give pressure.
box it.
Okay, so when you say place down, that means it's gonna kind of pause everything.
Super easy. No, it's not. I think it's gonna be reversed. That's what I'm saying, if we can catch those time.
It doesn't quite take it up to the top.
No, yes, where'd you put it before the
What's for dinner?
Food.
Sounds like
Cookies.
Yeah. Oh, we would just try to place it. Yeah, play it until done and then it starts.
So should I find out, Mike?
Yeah, switch to the other.
So it would be just.
Norm, should I set up my, if I set it up, my demonstration, because if I set it up, I have to do it tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll make sure you-
I do my-
What's that?
I didn't get to do my second description, it's like kind of pretty easy to do.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Here you go.
Where do you want to send that back?
Yes.
Hey, should I not do that?
After the first.
What we do, right, is all that lose, all of the success.
And the other one is, have you been thinking about that for hours now?
No, that was pretty fun.
Good job.
Looks like I got all the dinner tonight.
Everybody's busy scratching.
Oh, boy. You never get.
So, would you want to select your one?
Are you doing?
Good. You could use that as a model.
Steven just started giving me this lecture about how they're waiting for horses flying in here and then
Yeah, so there's there's some
Yeah.
difference of forces.
But
Yeah,
guess what?
That'll be the
You're
next
not gonna
version.
make them move.
They move and they do what you want them to. That's the key.
That is the key.
Oh, I should stop recording, huh?
And there's-
All right.
yeah.